Greetings and salutations to you all once again. It is me, the Rabbit Spectre. And this little video is going to be basically an unboxing of the Amiibo Marth from the Fire Emblem series. I'm actually kind of surprised that they ended up having more of them out. They were really rare, and on eBay they were selling for astronomical prices. You know, fuck you scalpers. And of course on Amazon they were selling high as well. So I was like, hell with it. I'm not bothering with it. There is no chance that I'm ever going to buy this thing, a freaking toy, for an astronomical price. Hell no. Either Nintendo is going to end up releasing more of them, or I'm just not going to bother with them. But luckily, turns out they did end up releasing more of them, which they should have been doing anyways with the Fire Emblem series, because there's still 2 Fire Emblem amiibos that I don't have. It's a chick and a dude. I forgot what their names were. I think one of them is the guy that you actually play as in the first Fire Emblem game on 3DS, Awakening, I believe it is. I think that's the first one. I don't know. Whatever. But yeah, it's like the created one that you create, and it's like the male version, and then they got some female, I don't know what her name is. But those are the only amiibos that I want. I honestly really don't care about any of the other ones, honestly. I mean, I got the ones that I've shown you before in a previous video of mine. But besides just those other 2 Fire Emblem characters, I don't care about the other ones. But yeah, so just out of curiosity, I went on eBay and went and checked out to see which ones were available and see if just by chance they ended up having it at a decent price. And surely enough, I found out that Marth was available, and I got him at the exact same price it would be if you ended up buying it in stores. Free shipping, you know. Well, no, correction. Actually, with the shipping altogether, it was like 17 something altogether. So, yeah, that is the price. Like if you pay plus tax or something like that, then yeah, I guess so. I guess that would probably be around the same price, but whatever. It's a hell of a lot cheaper and more manageable than what those friggin' scalpers are selling the damn amiibos for. Anyways, here he is. This is the one here. I know that you guys have probably seen it or heard about it, but I think at one point I was wondering if he ended up was being put in a different pose or something. I'm not necessarily sure, but yeah, I think there was some that came out of the factory and they were all screwed up. Like I think in some he didn't have his sword, or he just yes, I'm gonna open it, but I'll put it back in the case because that's how I roll. I want to touch my shit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But anyways, yeah. So I found out that these were available, and I went ahead and picked one up. And I found out from some friends of mine that Nintendo had been putting more out. They had been putting, there was like a bunch of them at Best Buy or something, and they were selling for like $15 or something like that, like the usual price, which actually surprised me because like the nearest Best Buy to me is like an hour away, and I didn't know anything about it. I haven't been there in God knows how long. So I just went ahead and went online and found out that it was on there, and surely enough, that was it. I've never been a huge collector of amiibos, just the one that I want. I know you got some out there that want to collect like every friggin' one under the sun, but I know that's a huge investment, and I am not investing in that. But anyways, yeah. So here he is. I mean, you gotta love the detail in this stuff. You definitely do. I mean, just how intricate the details are, and is that Marth? Yes, that's Marth. I was just making sure I had. Damn it! I was just making sure I had my uh, terminology all set. Yeah, even like the quote-unquote embroidery back there on his the design back there on his cloak is just badass, man. I really do love this. It's amazing. Of course, yeah, his sword is a little bit bent a little, but I mean, what what are you gonna do? It's like rubberized plastic or whatever. Everything else is just completely on par, and it's just gorgeous and awesome and amazing all at once. But yeah, and of course, one of the things is people are going to be like, why didn't you go ahead and get Super Smash Brothers or whatever for Wii U? Well, I've never been into the Super Smash Brothers games. Yeah, I've been into the Amiibos, and one of the things people will mention is about, well, you get the Amiibos for Smash Brothers. Well, you can get it for Smash Brothers. How's that? I don't care. But people just make a big fuss about stuff like that. Like, why do you even bother? Probably because I think some of them look badass and I like to actually set them up. Why the hell do you buy action figures? Do you go and scan those into other games? No, because you can't. You have them up there because you like to display them because they look badass. That's what I do with the Amiibos. Now, granted, maybe at some point in time, if I get into actually wanting to give Smash Brothers a go, which I've kind of wanted to in a ways because I go over to a friend's place. One of my friends' places I go over to, we're always looking for multiplayer games to play over there with all of our friends and whatnot. And, well, I keep saying to myself, man, if I bring my Wii U over here, I need to bring Smash Brothers. I keep telling myself that, but I never get the game, So, but maybe it'll eventually end up coming down to that, especially with some of these other Amiibos that I have as well. Maybe, but obviously they'll end up working with Smash Brothers, and it'll be interesting to see exactly what they do for the game. I mean, I don't know if these characters or some of these characters, which I know, yeah, obviously Link and Mario is in there, and Ganondorf or Dorf, sorry. And but I don't know if the other I know that there's some Fire Emblem characters in there, but I don't know. I guess those are DLC characters, but then again, maybe these can unlock them. I have no clue. I don't know. Maybe you end up buying the DLC and downloading them and end up using these to get extra powers or something with it. I have no freaking clue. Maybe extra costumes. I don't freaking know. But yeah, so yeah, but but anyways, yeah, so maybe it'll come to a point where I can go ahead and get Smash Brothers, and I'll go ahead and end up using these Amiibos on there like they should be. But obviously, I don't use them on my 3DS XL. I mean, because Nintendo, really, Nintendo doesn't really hold it for me like they used to in the past. They don't. I mean, yeah, when they come out with a quality title, they come up with a quality title. But when it comes to overall playing anything Nintendo related, it's few and far between for me. And honestly, I mean, if I have a hunch of like, ooh, I'd like to really, play this, but it's on a Nintendo console, I'll get out my Wii U or whatever, and I'll play it. But overall, I mean, it's just Nintendo to me is kind of like PC gaming. It's very niche for me. If I get the feeling like I want to play it, then I will. If I don't, then I don't. So I mean, because I actually got a couple really cheap Wii games, like one of them I got like a few weeks ago, and the other one I got like I don't know, like a couple months ago or something like that. Still haven't played them. got them really cheap, but I've been wanting them, and I'm a bit of a collector for things that I want. I'm not one of those collectors that collects everything under God's sun or nothing like that. I don't do any of that. Because to me that's just a waste of time and effort. I mean, if you're a seller or something and you're gonna get stuff really cheap and then sell it at a decent price, okay, yeah, if that's a hobby of yours or whatever, you like to make some extra money on it. Yeah, of course, I'm not that. I just want to be able to buy what I want to buy, what I want to play, and that's it. Um, and for me, obviously, that saves money, unless I'm gonna sell something. So, but anyways, but yeah, they're pretty much just gonna sit up for me to display for the most part. Sorry, I'm kind of a little today because yeah, I'm tired. Long story. Well, I'm not tired. I'm a little tired, but I should say that I just woke up a little bit ago. So we'll leave it at that. Yeah, I just woke up a little bit ago. I was tired, but then I went and slept more, and now I'm better. So, anyways, yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this like I always do. Later, taters. Adios.